Have you ever tried using the law of assumption, doing everything you were told, visualizing, affirming, acting as if, only to see absolutely no results? It feels frustrating, doesn't it? You hear stories of people manifesting money, love, success. Yet for you, nothing seems to change. What if I told you that the reason it's not working isn't what you think? That the law of assumption isn't actually broken, but rather, most people are unknowingly blocking their own manifestations? By the end of this video, you will understand exactly why the law of assumption works for some and fails for others. More importantly, you'll discover how to finally make it work for you. Let's start by addressing the biggest misconception about the law of assumption. Many people believe it's about repeating affirmations or visualizing until something magically appears. They think if they just believe hard enough, the universe will deliver their desires. And when it doesn't happen, they assume something is wrong. Maybe they didn't try hard enough. Maybe the law only works for certain people, or maybe it's just a myth. But the truth is, the law of assumption is not about forcing belief. It's about identity. Your subconscious mind doesn't give you what you want. It gives you what you assume to be true about yourself. That's the key that most people miss. If you still see yourself as unlucky, as someone who struggles financially, or as someone who is always rejected in relationships, your reality will continue reflecting that assumption back to you. Think about it like this. Imagine two people trying to manifest money. The first person spends hours each day saying, "I am rich, I am abundant," but deep down they still feel broke. They worry about bills, they stress over money, and every time they check their bank account, their emotions confirm their lack. Now, the second person barely says affirmations at all, but they already see themselves as financially abundant. They act like someone who always has enough. They make decisions as if money is not an issue. Even if their bank account isn't full yet, they carry the energy of someone who is wealthy. Who do you think will manifest money effortlessly? This is why so many people struggle with the law of assumption. They are focusing on external actions, repeating affirmations, scripting, visualizing, while still holding on to an internal assumption that contradicts their desire. The universe isn't responding to your words. It's responding to your state of being. And here's where most people go wrong. There are 3 major mistakes that block manifestations, and chances are you're making at least one of them. The first mistake is faking belief instead of embodying a new identity. If you have to constantly remind yourself that something is true, it means you don't actually believe it. Real belief is effortless. It doesn't require convincing. When you assume something is already yours, you don't need to force yourself to believe it. You just know. That's the difference. For example, if you assume that you're a great driver, you don't wake up every morning and repeat affirmations like, "I am a great driver. I am confident on the road." No, you simply get in your car and drive. There's no resistance, no overthinking, because that assumption is already part of your identity. The second mistake is letting external reality dictate your internal assumptions. This is where most people get stuck. They check their circumstances and say, "See? My assumption isn't true. The money isn't here. The love isn't here. The success isn't here." But this is backwards thinking. Reality is not something you react to. It's something you create. You can't wait for proof before you assume something is true, because it's the assumption that creates the proof. If you assume you're successful, you start showing up differently. You speak with confidence, you take bold actions, and people start treating you as someone who is successful. That's when opportunities start flowing in. The third mistake is inconsistency in assumptions. One moment, you believe your manifestation is working, and the next, you're doubting it. This back and forth energy cancels out the process. Your subconscious mind gets mixed signals. Imagine trying to set a GPS destination, but changing the address every 5 minutes. You'll never get anywhere. So how do you fix this? How do you finally make the law of assumption work for you? The answer is simple. Shift your identity first. Instead of trying to force belief, start seeing yourself as the version of you who already has what you desire. Here's how you do it. First, act as if your new reality is already normal for you. Notice I didn't say pretend. This isn't about playing make-believe. It's about embodying a new version of yourself. If you were already wealthy, how would you carry yourself? What decisions would you make? If you were already in a loving relationship, how would you feel on a daily basis? Start aligning your thoughts, actions, and energy with that version of you. Second, change the way you talk about yourself. Pay attention to the words you use, both out loud and in your mind. Instead of saying, "I'm trying to manifest wealth," say, "I always attract money easily." Instead of saying, "I hope I'll find love," say, "I am already loved and appreciated." Words have power, but only when they reflect your dominant assumption. Third, surround yourself with proof that reinforces your new assumption. Your mind loves confirmation, so give it evidence. Even if it's small, start noticing signs that align with your new identity. If you're manifesting financial abundance, celebrate every unexpected dollar, every financial win, no matter how small. If you're manifesting love, notice the moments where you feel appreciated and valued. These small confirmations build momentum and solidify your new assumption. And finally, trust the process. The biggest reason people fail with the law of assumption is impatience. They assume something for a few days, don't see immediate results, and give up. But here's the truth. The universe is always rearranging itself to match your dominant assumption. Sometimes it happens instantly. Other times, it takes time for reality to catch up. Your job is not to control the timeline. It's to hold the assumption until it becomes your truth. So now you know, the law of assumption isn't about forcing belief or hoping for a miracle. It's about shifting who you are at the core. Now, I have a question for you. What's one assumption you've been holding onto that you're ready to change? Drop it in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And if you're ready to completely rewire your assumptions and unlock true abundance, check out the link in the description for your next step to making manifestation effortless. Until next time, remember, you don't manifest what you want. You manifest what you assume to be true. Choose wisely. Thank you for watching. Keep believing, keep manifesting. And if this video is resonating with you and helping you align with your dreams, check out the videos below. See you in the next one.